Hi guys, thanks for coming back to my channel. This is now part 3 of my video regarding myasthenia gravis. So I apologize for the way it starts, but anyway, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Part 3 of Maya what? I did mention to you the symptoms that I experienced with MG. After, I think it was like in maybe 2000, I was still working, so I think it was like 2012 or 13, where my symptoms were starting to really aggravate me, and the main symptoms, like I said, was the diplopia, the ptosis, and the weakening of my limbs. There was at one point where I had weakening in my neck, where it was like it just felt really tired. I think I remembered also the weakening in my cheeks, where it was sometimes difficult to chew because there was no muscle, or my muscles were weakening in my cheeks, and even during brushing my teeth. I remember the first time that I was brushing my teeth, and you know how you put the water in your mouth and kind of swish it around. Well, I was swishing it, or I was attempting to swish, but my muscles, my cheek muscles, wouldn't hold my lips together, and the water just like splurted out, and that was frightening to me. There were a few other symptoms that I had. Like I said, one was with chewing. Sometimes it was difficult for me to chew. Oh, I just thank God. I thank God. Thank God. It was difficult sometimes to chew. But the doctor, so my doctor, after I was really concerned and I wanted to, do something more for my treatment, so that was when my doctor suggested IVIG. And IVIG, which I explained, is an intravenous treatment where I get human byproducts, where I get human blood byproducts. So in my case, I was fortunate enough to be able to get the IVIG done right here in my home. I don't have to go to a facility. So the nurse, initially I was getting it every 4 weeks initially, and I was getting it for 5 days. Then since then it has decreased to, I still get it every 4 weeks, but it's now only 3 days. The dosage has also decreased, and that was because I suggested it, or I asked my doctor if there was something I could do, because I really believe the IVIG is working, and he does not want me to continue on IVIG all my life if I don't have to. So it has, the pharmacy actually delivers all the medication to my home, so it's already here when she or he gets here. I've only had one male nurse, but I now have a regular nurse that comes to see me. But so she comes in and she will put, just as you're in the hospital, she puts the IV in my arm, and then she connects it to the pump, and I get this IVIG, or immunoglobulin, administered into my vein. Each session takes approximately 4 to 5 hours. So during that time, we just sit and chat. I did have one nurse who would actually, during the treatment, she would actually cook. I mean, she would come over with different foods and ingredients, and she would cook, and that was really nice. I enjoyed that. I have not seen her in a while, but the nurse that I have now, who I love just as much as the other one, we just talk. We're more like friends instead of nurse patient. You know, we sit and I mean, because we're there for 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours. You know, and so we have to do something to pass the time. Although she has work that she has to do in her computer while I'm, you know, getting treatments. And also she has to monitor my vitals. So she checks my blood pressure and my temp and my heart rate during the procedure to make sure that, you know, I'm receiving the treatment without any problems. Now there was a one time when I did have an issue where, for whatever, my blood pressure, my heart rate just spiked. Now there have been times that my blood pressure has gone up, and of course it's frightening, but I've been told to drink cherry juice. I think that was cherry juice. No, cranberry. I was told to drink cranberry juice to bring my blood pressure down during the treatments, or just try to relax. And that's helped on most occasions. There was the one occasion where my heart rate just went up. And of course, when I noticed that my heart rate was going up, of course, my blood pressure then followed. I was afraid. My nurse, she was afraid, even though she didn't say anything. I could just see by her actions that it was bothersome to her. So after calling my cardiologist and my neurologist, and they spoke on the phone, and they suggested if my heart rate does not go down, you know, soon, then I should call the EMS, which I eventually did. And I was taken to the ER. It was never indicated exactly what happened that caused my heart rate to go up. I suspected that the medication or that batch of IVIG was bad. I contacted the pharmacist, and they said that they didn't think it was, but in any event, I didn't finish that week's treatment. Oh, that was like 3 years ago. But since then, I have not had that issue with my heart rate going up so high rather. Now I have still, my blood pressure tend to, you know, sometimes it'll go up high, it'll start high and then go low, or sometimes it'll start low and then creep up as I get closer to the end of my treatment, but nothing serious enough where I had to, you know, go to the ER. I would just drink the juice. And this is also why they suggest to you to make sure you drink a lot of fluids or water during the treatment. They also, before the treatments, I am to take Benadryl and Tylenol or ibuprofen, and that's supposed to, you know, to reduce the chances of having reactions to the medication. I also drink water, and then after drinking water so much, I am peeing constantly. I mean, there's been some times that I literally have to go to the bathroom, I would say twice within a half an hour. But that varies too. I don't know. Sometimes I don't have to go to the bathroom but once in 2 hours. I don't know. But at one point I was starting to get headaches after my last treatment, and it was suggested that I drink alkaline water. So that's what I've been doing. I've been buying electrolyte water and drinking as much of that during my treatment. And that has really helped. I've not had any headaches since I've been drinking the alkaline water. One of the issues that I tend to have with the nurses doing the giving me the injection for the IVIG is my veins. I have little veins, and it's sometimes hard for the nurse to find a good vein. You know, we may find it, and then for whatever reason it may blow, or just nothing comes out. So that's an issue. So I have tried to put heating pads on my arm. I have tried to run warm water over my arm. I have put on coats or anything to make the veins pump up more, to have it, as the nurses said, make a luscious vein. And that varies too, because sometimes it's no issue, and then other times I may get poked, 3 or 4 times before there's finally a good vein that's found. And although I'm poked quite a lot, I still know I need this treatment. So, a few pokes, I don't like it, but, I accept it. And one of my nurses, she was actually a substitute nurse, and she was a really nice lady too, young lady. And she tried, I think she tried like 3 times to get a good vein. She was all on the floor trying, and I looked at her and she was sweating, and she started to apologize. I am so sorry. And I just laughed at her. I said, don't be sorry. I know my veins, and sometimes it's difficult. And I know for them, they're nurses, they're professionals, so they don't like to poke people unnecessarily, but they know they have to do it, and they've been trained to do it. But if my veins are not cooperating, what can I say? But anyways, like I said, my IVIG treatments have been doing well within the last 3 years, and I just thank God, I praise God for allowing this treatment to work for me. I've not had the droopy eye. I've not had any symptoms. Lord, thank you, Jesus. I've not had any symptoms, and I am so grateful for that. Because myasthenia gravis is not a illness that most people are aware of, and I believe that there have been so many people who've been misdiagnosed with myasthenia gravis, but now it's refreshing to now see that the awareness is coming out. Like I've been seeing these commercials about generalized myasthenia, I can't even say it, about generalized myasthenia gravis. And it's just refreshing to know that they are making people aware of it, because it's very important, because the symptoms that we may have may appear to be, some other symptom of drug abuse or alcoholism or something, where, if you're driving or walking and a police officer see you, they may automatically assume that you're drunk or something. So it's very important that professionals, medical professionals, emergency professionals, the police departments or police officers, that they are aware of what myasthenia gravis is. I actually took a lot of literature over to the police department or the police precinct in my area to make them aware, because it's very important, and it's nothing to be ashamed of having myasthenia gravis, because I want people to know, because if there's something that I'm doing that's that's not normal, it could be that I'm it's one of my symptoms. Ask me about it. I don't have an issue with that. Talking about it, you tend to share your experiences and get information from other people who have myasthenia gravis. I was recently a part of several Facebook groups of people with myasthenia gravis, and I have learned so much from them. There's also a support group here in my area in Michigan that we have periodic sessions to discuss myasthenia gravis and our own personal experiences, and to share certain things that we have done to, you know, to help us deal with this illness. So it's always good to talk to people about it. So I hope that I have explained to you enough for you to know what it is, what myasthenia gravis is. I've enjoyed doing this, and so the next time you hear the word myasthenia gravis, you won't have to say, Maya, what? You'll know what it is. But anyways, I am not going to blab or talk too much more, but I just wanted to let you all know what myasthenia gravis is. And if you'd like to, you know, ask me questions in the comments section, that's wonderful. I know I'm all for it. So I would ask that you would support my channel by liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing. And please comment, because I would like to hear your feedback. I'm new at this, and not just feedback from my channel, but feedback from what I was just discussing about myasthenia gravis. So again, have a wonderful day. God bless you. God is an awesome God. Yes, He is. And I pray for all of you. I pray for this world. I pray for this nation. Lord knows we need it. We need it. But have a good day. God bless you. And I'll see you in another video.